Rumour has it.
This is Beyond TV's Rumour Has It. I am Tato M. We're out here in Melrose Arc for CashFlow's self-titled book. Rumour Has It, Forex trading is a scam. Let's go inside and find out more about it.
Trading is a scam.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good scam.
What? It can't be a scam. Look at everybody that's here. It's all elite, people that work hard, and CashFlow is one of them.
Maybe it is, maybe it's not.
I think just like every other thing that's got to do with money, there'll always be people that take chances. But I do think there's some legit forex traders out there and people can make genuine money out of it.
There is a lot of stories about that. I know in South Africa there aren't a lot of regulations when it comes to Forex, so there are a lot of ways that people can go through loopholes in order to cash in for themselves.
Well, I understand the scam part of it. It works like a pyramid scheme. You have to get people and whatever. But there are some people who have made it their bread and butter, and
I think my take is people don't understand how the business works and they're misinformed. And that's the one thing that people don't understand is that misinformation. So once they educate themselves on how Forex trade works and the difference between Forex trade and scamming, then they're able to make a concise decision. But you know, there is scammers out there, but there's also real Forex trading, and we're here today and it shows.
I can't really say it's a scam. They are, you just need to be careful.
Well, quite frankly, I don't think Forex trading is a scam because you see people like CashFlow and Sandile Shezi making all this money and having courses to help people. So quite frankly, I don't think it's a scam. I think it's the real deal and Forex trading is the future.
You learn as well in my book that, in fact, this book is the answer to this statement. Most businesses, they fail within the first 3 to 5 years. I'm sure we've all heard that, but I've never heard any reason why. The reasons are here. When you try to show people the direction, they attack you. They call you a scammer. For 4 years, I was called a con man. I was going through a trial with the Reserve Bank. 5 years later, we won the case. But I knew from day one, that's why I was stubborn. I did nothing wrong. I've never contravened any act. But that was a strategy to distract a black man from seeing the possibilities of creating wealth within the Forex trading industry.
A lot of the time, and I'm not saying it's within our black culture because I refuse to accept that bringing each other down is a cultural thing. It can't be, but it happens. Jabulani has touched on it now, and everybody was cheering, but there are many people who would cheer to that and still be the same people who would repost and share negative things about other people, right? How do we get out of that mentality? Because I think the reason why the Jewish are as wealthy as they are, the reason why Muslims do well, the reason why the Afrikaners also do well, let's ignore them because then we're going to get into apartheid. But let's look at the Jews, the Muslims, for example. The reason why they do well is because they collaborate. We are not collaborating the way we should. How do you plan, as part of the financial education that you're giving within your book and going forward and sharing with not only South Africans, but Africans as a whole, this notion of creating our own wealth, building our own wealth, but most importantly, collaborating?
It's simple. It's education. We need to educate our people because we are still captured. We've been captured, from 1994. We are still new to money as black people. I don't care if you've been a billionaire from 1994. So 1994 is new compared to 1865. Yes. Am I wrong? True. Yes. So you must understand, look, for us, it's still a crime to see a person owning a house like Dr. Tim's house. You know, when I walked to Dr. Tim's house for the first time, I was like, wait, is this a hotel or apartment? What is happening here? Only to realize that it's his house. So I got inspired, you know, to see my fellow brother owning such a property. But someone else will be jealous. How does Dr. Tim get the money to buy this house? How can I attack him? I'd rather have my own fellow brother owning that house than when it belongs somewhere else. Umama Mandela said a very powerful statement, ukuthi, whoever is a hero to our enemy is not really our hero. And it's and then it's made sense why I'm not the hero to many people, because I'm the enemy towards people who own the economy currently. So up until we change here, because everything starts here. If you don't have a business idea, it starts from your head to weight, and then the weights are free. So Tina, we like creating a scenario that would paint whatever situation impossible. So what we need to learn is to unite together as African people. We can still get this thing. You know, if I can tell you something, maybe that would be a lesson. When I was attacked by the media, even that 2011 article, do you know those white people, especially that guy called Eric Falk that walked into my office and made it clear that I'm here to shut you down, not to investigate you? You know, after I built my company for so many years, like everyone was like, CashFlow, it was an instinct to be part of CashFlow. But he walked to my 450 square meter office, walking up and down, threatening my staff members. He made me to feel inferior in my own country. He told me that we are going to shut your company down. What have I done wrong? Nothing. But who managed to knock me down, but not out, because no one will ever knock me out? It's my best friend. My best friend, the guy that started selling hot dogs with in after high school. When I made it in life, when I took a risk to start business, he didn't follow me. He continued working for Toyota. When I was making money, I called him to come work with me. But to him, it didn't make sense. Jabulani lo uzoqasha mina most master than Jabulani. So the same guy, uyena, who helped those white people to destroy me. Uyena that sent information to journalists that misrepresent me, my own best friend. Ubaba Kamzabala has always said to me, there is no one who's called a best friend. Everyone is a friend if they benefit something from you. And I used to say to him, I know me Nabangay. Diamond, is my best friend, forget. But that's at the end of the day, improve very good thing. They want to see you do well, but not better than them. If we can change that mentality, guys, there's nothing wrong if UTT owns a property money. It's fine, it's my own brother. You understand? Why Umjela said, if Uguti is Katsaka Sfigile Manje, your time is gonna come as well. So my take is that we need to educate each other and learn Uguti. Fight this demon, this thing called devil, and then you'll be fine.
Rumor has it